Hey beer friends, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Beer Detour. Of course, I'm your host, Miguel Brambila. On this very special episode, we have a 2-for-1 special. I'm hyped, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. So, we have two bad boys right here in front of me. On my left, we have Stone IPA from Stone Brewing Company. And on my right, we have Arrogant Bastard Ale from Arrogant Consortia Brewing. These two look very demonic, very scary, but I am intrigued. So since we have these two right here, we might as well make it a beer detour challenge. Head to head to see who comes out on top. But before we do that, let's give a little backstory to both of these really interesting beers. Let's start off with the Stone IPA from Stone Brewing. This iconic West Coast style IPA, originally brewed to celebrate our first anniversary in 1997, Stone IPA was an immediate hit and soon became the flagship beer of our young brewery. One of the most well-respected and best-selling IPAs in the country. This golden beauty explodes with tropical, citrusy, piney hop flavors and aromas, all perfectly balanced by a subtle malt character. Over time, we stepped up the dry hopping process to extract every bit of magic out of the amazing hops we use. This beer is as bold and fresh and flavorful today as it was back in '97. So this is Stone IPA from Stone Brewing. This does have an ABV or alcohol by volume of 6.9%. IBU score on this one is 71. Let's flash over to Arrogant Bastard Ale. I love that name, guys. Arrogant Bastard Ale. Super cool design, super cool logo. But what's the backstory here? This is an aggressive beer. You probably won't like it. It is quite doubtful that you have the taste or the sophistication to be able to appreciate an ale of this quality and depth. We would suggest that you stick to safer and more familiar territory, maybe something with a multi-million-dollar ad campaign aimed at convincing you it's made in an independent brewery, or one that implies that their tasteless seltzer, fizzy yellow beer, or whatever the hell will give you more sex appeal. Perhaps you think multi-million-dollar ad campaigns make all this junk taste better. So this does have an ABV or alcohol by volume of 7.2%, and the IBU is actually classified, so we don't know what the IBU score is. All right, so we are gonna be taking a look to see what these look like, what they taste like, and then we're gonna give it that all-important beer detour score. All right, beerheads, on my left, we have Stone IPA. On my right, we have Arrogant Bastard Ale. Two very distinctive color hues here. Let's get a little bit closer look up. So on my left here from Stone IPA, we have a very sort of rich molasses or sort of a golden hue to it. It's very sap-like, very maple style almost. But very, very clean and very light, very minimal top here. On my right from Arrogant Bastard Ale though, we have a very dark, very dense, color to it, almost soda-like. It almost looks like a Coca-Cola, very dark at the top and then a very mid-mahogany color at the bottom. This one did have a big head at the top, very thick foam. It's kind of dissipated now, but you can see these two are gonna vary quite a bit. Let's get into that taste test, guys. All right, guys, so before we start the taste test, we do have to get some aroma going just so we can smell and perceive what this is gonna taste like. So let's start with the Stone IPA here. Let's give this a little bit of a swirl and, okay. It smells very fruity, somewhat piney, but it does smell very fresh and citrusy and very juicy, almost like a hazy IPA. This is supposed to be a regular IPA, but it has some hazy IPA aroma to it. You can smell the pine at the very end as well. Let's go over to the Arrogant Bastard Ale. Ooh, okay. Very malty, very dark, very chocolatey. That malt chocolatey stout aroma. Okay. Well, let's start with the taste test. We're gonna taste test first on deck, Stone IPA. Let's start with this bad boy here. Cheers, guys. Okay. It is very lemony, if that's a word. Lemon sort of taste at the beginning, which is like a bitterness. And then there's a very overwhelming hop bitterness at the end. So very sort of citrus. It's not like a sweet citrus. It's more of a lemon bitter citrus. And then you get the hop flavor at the end. The bitterness hop ending is very prevalent in IPAs, of course. This one has that full hop flavor. So as an IPA, it's up there. It does have a high ABV, which is sort of very prevalent when you start to finish it. You start to notice that heavy aftertaste of the alcohol. But full of hops, it is, and very flavorful. So that is Stone IPA. All right, let's go over into this Arrogant Bastard Ale over here. It's calling my name. Here we go. Cheers, guys. It's not as bad as it looks. And I say that because I'm not the stout guy. I don't really drink too much stouts. If you watched any of my past videos, you're gonna know that. But in this case, it has a very similar taste to one of the first similar tastes to a beer that I've tried in the past, a stout, Irish Death. And in that, it's not the heaviest sort of chocolatey, very deep chocolatey bitterness beer that a lot of stouts have. This one actually has okay taste. I'm not gonna lie, it's very malty. It is dark, it has sort of chocolate overtones to it, but it just overwhelms with the maltiness of it. It does have a little bit of bitterness, hoppy end to it, which I think kind of saves it. It doesn't end with that sort of very dark chocolatey flavor. It ends with more of a hop aroma, hop taste to it at the end, which kind of saves it. And it's actually better than I thought it was gonna be, guys, let's be honest. So we've come to the beer Detour score on this versus challenge. On my left, we have Stone IPA. On my right, we have Arrogant Bastard Ale. So I am gonna warn you guys, these are not for the faint of heart. I would recommend both of these for very specific people. People that want to get drunk really fast. If that's you and you love craft beer, you're probably gonna like both of these, not gonna lie. But there is a clear winner, and we're gonna start off with a rating for both of these. Let's start off with the Arrogant Bastard Ale. Again, stouts are not my favorite. These deep, rich, mahogany color beers, ales and porters and stouts, It's a very accustomed taste. You have to get used to the taste, and I just don't see myself drinking enough of these to get used to that taste. In any case, this was a little bit better than some of the stouts I've tried previously. Now, this isn't classified as a stout, but it's basically a stout. It's dark, it has chocolate overtones, very malty. Just not for me personally, but some of you will like this because it's not the worst. I'm gonna classify this as probably one of the better dark beers that I've tried. So for that, I'm gonna give this Arrogant Bastard Ale a 6.1. So that's a pretty good score in regards to me not liking this type of beer. But let's move over to the Stone IPA. This one I did like. I love the clearness of it. I love the sort of citrus aftertones of it. It is full of hops. It's super hoppy. It does have a high ABV, which kind of knocks a little bit down for me personally. But it is very good, and it is a sort of really classic West Coast style IPA. I'm gonna give Stone IPA a 6.7. So not too crazy far apart, but you can definitely tell which one is my favorite and my recommendation. Stone IPA wins this versus Challenge. So beer friends, we have come to the end of another episode. Thank you guys for coming along on this beer adventure with me. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You want to hit that notification bell, that way you're alerted every time a new video drops. Smash that like button. You want to comment down below, share the video, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram. I am cranking out new videos weekly, so stay tuned guys. It is just beginning, and I will see you guys, of course, next time.